Hello everyone. Today we talk about the central nervous system, that is the part of the brain and the spinal cord. So we talk about the brain first. Now the human brain is enclosed in a brainy box, that is the brain box, that is called as cranium, and it is protected by the membrane called as meninges. Now the brain of the adult, that weighs about 2% of the total body weight, and it consumes about the 20% of oxygen which is taken, the total oxygen which is taken inside our body. And this brain of ours is capable to live without oxygen only for 3 minutes. If it is not getting about oxygen for 3 minutes, it is going blank. That means it starts with the defunctioning of our body parts. So the brain we talk about, it is the membranes which protect the brain are three. Let's see. So the brain is enclosed in cranium, that is the brain box. The membranes which covers the brain is called as meninges. There are three meninges in us: the dura mater, the arachnoid, and the pia mater. The dura mater is the outer tough fibrous membrane. The arachnoid is the middle one, it is delicate membrane, and the pia mater is the inner thin and highly vascular membrane. And the fluid which is present in all the three membranes and between them is cerebrospinal fluid. The cerebrospinal fluid is enclosed in the spaces between the meninges and the brain cavity, that is called as the ventricles. So this spaces between the meninges and the brain cavity is filled with cerebrospinal fluid only, and this fluid is helping to maintain a constant pressure around the brain. It protects the brain against shock and injuries, and it helps in the exchange of nutrients and waste products between the nervous tissue as well as the blood. Now we talk about the brain matter. Now this brain matter is having two parts, the outer and the inner. The outer is lighter in color called as the gray matter, and the inner is the white matter. Now this gray matter is containing the cell bodies, that is the cytons part of the neuron, and the inner white matter contains the axons part of the neuron. And this gray matter and the white matter of the brain, that is, now we talk about the parts of the brain. The parts of brain we talk about is it is having three parts: the forebrain, the midbrain, and the hindbrain. The forebrain is having the parts as cerebrum, the diencephalon, and the thalamus. The midbrain is having the optic lobes in it, and the hindbrain is having the cerebellum, the pons varolii, and medulla oblongata. Now see the diagram. Now about the brain which is present inside the head, it is having the outer parts as the dura mater, the arachnoid, and the pia mater, the three parts of the brain, that is the meninges. Then we have, it is covered by the skull. Now this brain, the cerebrum, is divided into two parts, the hemispheres. Yes, it is the cerebral hemisphere which is internally connected by a white membrane called as the bundle of white muscles as the corpus callosum. Now this corpus callosum is a thick band of white nerve fibers which is connecting the two cerebral hemispheres vertically inside ventrically, and by this it is transferring the information from one hemisphere to the other. Now each hemisphere is hollow from inside, yes, and it is having the outer layer of the gray matter which is having the cortex part of the cerebrum, and the inner part is having the white matter which contains the nerve fibers. Now the cerebral cortex, the entire part is having numbers of these ridges and grooves. You can see the ridges and grooves are called as the gyri and the sulci, and this gyri and sulci is increasing the surface area. It is highly convoluted. So this highly convolutions is due to because this entire cortex is having the sensory, the motor, and the associative neurons, the areas in that which is prevented by the protection is done by the skull. Now this cortex, the cerebral cortex, is performing number of important parts in our body. That is, it controls the thinking, the memory, the reasoning, the logic, the willpower, as well as the sensory regions over here. Yes, because this cerebral hemisphere is taken up. Now the brain part is the cerebrum is divided into four lobes. This outer is the frontal, the parietal, this is the temporal part, and the last is the occipital lobe. Now the lobes are having special functions. The very first in the front, the forehead part, is the frontal. This frontal lobe is responsible for thinking, memory. Yes, so memory region is present in our frontal lobe of the cerebrum. Then is The parietal, this is the upper anterior part which is having the sensory and the motor regions in that, and the temporal part is having the smell, the taste and the hearing and the speech parts in it, and the occipital lobe is having the vision. So vision power is present in our occipital lobe of the cerebral cortex. Now the brain, we say that this is it is having the sensory and the motor regions over here, so it is able to take up the perceptions of pain, pressure, touch, light, hearing, smell, as well as it is able to control the voluntary muscle, the contraction of voluntary muscles and the motivation in that. Yes, next we talk about this is the frontal lobe of the cerebral cortex, this is the parietal, this is the temporal, and this is the occipital lobe of cerebral cortex. The parietal lobe, the occipital lobe, the temporal lobe and the frontal lobe. This is the corpus callosum which is joining the two cerebral hemispheres internally, and it is connecting the information from one part to another. Now this cerebrum, below the cerebrum we have the diencephalon. This diencephalon is made up of two parts, the thalamus and hypothalamus. Clear? The thalamus is able to correspond to the parts of pain, pressure, touch, light and stimulus. Now this diencephalon is made up of thalamus and hypothalamus. Thalamus is above, that is responsible for, it is acting as a relay center of emotions, the heat, the cold, the pain, the pressure and light stimulus. Hypothalamus is made up of three parts. The parts of hypothalamus is optic chiasma, infundibulum and main, very important, it is having the pituitary body. This pituitary body is the part of our endocrine system which is controlling number of organs. So this pituitary body is called as the master gland of a body. Clear? And it is controlling the functions. It is the main important function the hypothalamus is taking up is of the thermoregulation. Thermoregulation is, it controls the body temperature, it controls the food intake, the thirst patterns, the body temperature. Then it controls the regulates the pituitary body to release its hormones. Yes, as well as it controls the sleep and the stress patterns of us. Now we talk about the midbrain. This is connecting the information from one part to another. Second, we talk about the hindbrain, that is having the cerebellum, the medulla oblongata and the pons varolai. Cerebellum is the little brain which is responsible for muscular coordination, and it is maintaining the body posture and the balance while walking, jumping. The pons varolai over here, this pons varolai is able to regulate the muscular movements on the both sides, as well as it is controlling the respiration part of a body. Then the medulla oblongata, this is the posterior part also called as the brainstem. This is very sensitive part, and any injury to medulla results in sudden death.